Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I got so many news to share with you that I did not know which one to pick first. So I said, "Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the," and I picked this one. And this is the one that tells us that Mr. Zelensky and Ukraine will not get the $40 billion from Mr. Biden and from us. And the person who is responsible from blocking the $40 billion aid is none other than the courageous, independently thinking uh, Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky. So this comes from the recount. You can find it in many other news, and it's from today, May 12, 2022, and this is the title. Senator Rand Paul, Republican from Kentucky, calls $40 billion military aid package to Ukraine a gift and blocks it from passing. I don't know what's going to happen with Senator Paul. So he blocked the passage in the Senate, and then we have Schumer, who's the majority leader in is a Democrat in the Senate. He presented an unanimous consent on behalf of himself and Minority Leader Mitch McConnell today. Schumer urged Paul to pass the bill and claimed that the senator from Kentucky wanted to add certain changes directly to the bill, which have been opposed by members of both parties. And I'm quoting, "He's not even asking for an amendment. He is simply saying my way or the highway," Schumer said. Paul asserted that the aid amount will almost equal the entire military budget of Russia. Yes, and that the US will have to borrow the money from China to send it to Ukraine. He stated that there are domestic priorities to tackle right now, with inflation reaching a 40-year high and gasoline hitting a 48% high since last year. And here is what Senator Rand Paul said, and I'm quoting, "My oath of office is to the national security of the United States of America. We cannot save Ukraine by dooming the US economy," end quote. Paul concluded. So, what's going to be? What's going to happen to Mr. Paul? Because in the nowadays environment here, this guy could be easily attacked and physically hurt. I remember when I went to college here in the United States, and while I was in college was Senator Levin, I think it was his name, of Michigan. And he came to this meeting, students. He entered, it was a room not very big. It was a special presentation. It was not in an auditorium or something like that. It was not in a, a big hall. It was a fairly small room. He came by himself. He entered the room by himself. He spoke with people, students in the room like this, with everybody around him. I haven't seen any guards, any protection around him. I watched him to see when he walked out, to see this is impossible. How is this guy just walking like this? He was walking without any personal protection. I couldn't see anybody around him. He walked in the car and gone. I can't remember. I don't think he was driving. It was someone else driving, but nobody, another car, following him, or once his car left, another car was coming, or tactics like regular tactics of protection. So I remember when Rand Paul was attacked by a mob in Washington D.C. So I don't know. I think that what he was his opinion. States he's sworn an oath to protect this country, and he thinks that there are more urgent issues uh, for his fellow Americans, and then to get more debt and send it to someone else. Uh, I personally agree with that, and I tell you why. That's not my war. That's not Rand Paul's war. It's not the people from Kentucky's war. And if my life gets down and give money, put yourself in an example, let's say an analogy with a neighbor. They always say this. Let's say the neighbor needs some help and your kids are starving and you go and help the neighbor and your kids are starving. No, I mean, as big of a heart that you might have, even when you go, for instance, when you fly and that flight attendant, stewardess, now you can't say a stewardess, it's a flight attendant. She tells you, you know, if the cabin depressurizes, what do? And those masks fall. You don't take it and put it to the kid next to you or whomever needs it because he can't put it on. You first put it to yourself, make sure you're safe, and then you help others. That's a normal reaction. Now we are with mask in front of us. We're not barely could breathe, and we try to help someone else. In the meantime, we both die probably. You know, I mean, it doesn't make sense from many perspectives. For people, it's a tragedy. And not a tragedy for Zelensky. He's gonna fall on his feet nevertheless, unless the Russians decide to, you know, send him to over there quicker, or his bosses are going to retire him because he's not following some, you know, some script. But he's going to be all right. Everybody around him. There will not be like the last stand, like, uh, you know, Allende in South America. What was that? Chile or what? It was Allende dying with his automatic weapon in his hand, killed by the revolution, supported, instigated, and directed by, you know, it's not going to happen like that. No, no, no. He's just going to be, I don't even know where he's at, but whatever. It's not about him. It's about the what's going on over there. And this is one example when things start to be blocked, you know, and this is one example with the money. And there's some other ones too. I have some news about that. So I personally fear for Rand Paul's life. I think he was courageous to stand for his whatever he believes in, and the people of Kentucky voted for him, not the people from Ukraine. Point. All right. Period. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. See you in a minute.